If you're looking for a simple tech upgrade you'll use every day, let me tell you about Raycon Everyday Earbuds Classic. I've been using them for years, and they've become a part of my daily routine. They're comfortable enough to wear all day, and they fit perfectly into busy everyday lives. Whether you're outside traveling or just relaxing or listening to music, Raycon's Everyday Earbuds Classic makes life easier, and they're packed with smart upgrades. Active noise cancellation helps block noise distractions. Multi-point connectivity lets you pair two devices at once, and the battery life is strong, up to 32 hours. Plus, a quick 10-minute charge gives you 90 minutes of playtime. Oh, and the new colors are really fun. Mint green, my personal favorite. Here's the kicker. Raycon delivers the same premium audio quality as the big brands, but half the cost. It's time to upgrade your everyday routine. Go to buyraycon.com/Kim to get 15% off today. That's buyraycon.com/Kim. You're going to love your new Raycons. Head to buyraycon.com/Kim today.
This message is brought to you by Raycon.
Right now, somewhere near you, a camera snapped your license plate. One of almost 120,000 privately owned traffic cams nationwide. Legal? Yes. And that's the problem. I'm Kim Komando for Incogni. Data brokers collect your personal information, package it up, and sell it to anyone with a credit card. Take yourself off the market at privacykim.com. Most of these cams belong to Flock Safety, a private tech company out of Atlanta. Not the only player, just the biggest. Their cameras scan billions of plates every month. In all 50 states, anyone can record what's visible in public, your car, your tag, straight into Flock's database. Police usually need a warrant to track a specific person, but your daily routine, where you go, when, how often, all anyone needs is a paid subscription. You're not a suspect, you're inventory. They named it Flock for a reason. To them, we're all sheep. That's bad news for your privacy. Join a million folks who get my free newsletter every single day to stay tech ahead. It's 5-star rated. You need this at getkim.com.
We just went over about how Flock cameras are tracking your every move. Now, meet an automotive journalist who found out the hard way what happens when the system gets it wrong. Kim has his story next.
AI is changing the world, and there's no question it's making technology smarter, but it's also making it easier than ever for companies to learn more about you through your online activity. Websites you visit, searches you run, and apps you use can reveal more about you than you realize. That's just one reason I use ExpressVPN. It encrypts my internet connection to help keep my personal information more secure online. Whether I'm checking email or shopping online, I know ExpressVPN is quietly working in the background. I also like how super easy it is to use. Really, one tap on my phone, laptop, desktop, or tablet, and I'm connected. Plus, one subscription now covers up to 14 devices at once. That's enough to protect your entire household. Best of all, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So take your online privacy seriously with ExpressVPN. Right now, get 4 extra months by going to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim, expressvpn.com/Kim. Thousands of places on the internet, there's a file with your name on it. Inside, your home address, your cell number, the email you only give to people you trust. It knows your medical conditions, age, how you vote, where you drive, and your kids' names. You didn't write it, you can't read it, but anyone with a credit card can buy it. That file is the product of a multi-billion-dollar industry called data brokers, and none of it was stolen. Your file's collected, packaged, and sold legally. Every scam call, every phishing text that knows too much about you, someone paid for that file. Last year, Americans lost a record $20 billion to fraud. Scammers didn't get lucky, they got prepared. I did something about my file. I use Incogni. Incogni goes broker by broker and forces each one to delete your file. The opt-out forms they bury, Incogni finds them. And when your data tries to creep back, and it always does, Incogni wipes it again. Go to privacykim.com right now for an exclusive 60% off. That's privacykim.com. All right, so imagine you're running errands with your spouse. Mm-hmm. You pull out of a Kohl's parking lot, and suddenly police cars are boxing you in.
What did we do?
Officers with hands on their weapons, and it happened to our next caller, automotive journalist Joel Fetter of The Drive, in an about $155,000 Range Rover that he was reviewing. The crime, nothing. There was a network of AI cameras called Flock that misread his license plate. Oh my gosh. Hey, Joel, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So take us back to that
Hold on, before you start, is this the one phone call you're getting from jail? because you're such a criminal?
I wouldn't call you guys.
Nice.
I gotta call. You gotta call a lawyer at that point, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want to call. We're not even good for bail money.
No,
Not at all.
I'll just send you to voicemail.
So when did you realize like this was not like your normal traffic stop?
About the time 4 police surrounded my car.
Gosh, what a nightmare. What did you
was
have?
surreal.
Did you have any like? You were probably. I mean, I would be shocked and like almost not knowing what to do because why would this even be remotely possible?
I mean, it was total shock. It was unexpected. We were at Kohl's for, I don't know, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, however long it takes to return an Amazon box, right? Like, you stay in line, drop the box, go in. And I got in the car with my wife, put her in reverse, suddenly was surrounded by cops. And I kid you not, I looked at my wife and I was like, I wasn't even speeding. Like we didn't do anything. It was a very confusing, like, what is happening? Why are we here moment for sure.
And so apparently the flock cameras have been following you for days, and as I said, it misread the license plate.
So I got picked up by the flock cameras 2 days before that for the first time, and they tried to find the car then, and they couldn't find it because I went home and parked in my garage where there are no cameras, right? And then we drove to Kohl's to go drop this Amazon box, and the flock camera picked up the car. And while we were in Kohl's for, I don't know, however long it takes to drop an Amazon box, the cops found the car in the parking lot. They kind of waited. It was like an ambush. Like they sat around the corner. I mean, I didn't know this at the time. I later learned a lot of things from the body cam and all that stuff, but the footage. But they basically sat around the corner from Kohl's parking lot, and they were around the area waiting for me to get in the car. Seeing that I got in the car, they then they call it a box and pin. So suddenly they're surrounding you because you got to realize they think this car has stolen plates. So if you look at the data, they probably think that I'm a car thief, I'm going to try and run, and I possibly am armed, which, of course, none of that was true, but they don't know that at the time, right? And,
right.
Of course, if I was a car thief, I probably would have been armed and or trying to run, but I was none of those things, so I was just mostly confused of why we were being surrounded by police.
And how did the communication go from the point of being boxed in to the point of they realizing they have the wrong car?
I mean, it started as you'd imagine, right? And I would say that everyone was professional, and no one tried to, everyone tried to defuse the situation. Like, no one was trying to escalate things. But again, they don't know me, and they think I'm a car thief, and they think I'm armed. So, they get out of the cars, and they say, are you armed? They screamed, are you armed? Because they're not actually, like, next to the car. They're standing behind their squad cars in case they, like, shoot at them. They say, are you armed? And I said, no. And they said, get out of the car. I had my arms up. There's whole body cam footage of this on the internet. And they said, are you armed again? And I said, no. And they patted me down. They asked me for ID. I gave them the ID. They said, who are you? Whatever. And then they said, who owns this car? Which, guys, when you get pulled over in a press car that you don't own because they're registered to the automakers, it's a complicated situation.
Sure.
It's very complicated.
There,
It is.
I know how this is going to go. Like, it's like, wow, I'm in this $150,000 car I don't own. So I'm like, I was like, it's complicated. I'm going to need you to let me explain. They said, you can explain. And I'm like, I'm an automotive journalist. I'm in this car reviewing it. It came a week ago. It leaves tomorrow. Range Rover owns it. When you run the plates in the VIN, you're going to see Range Rover owns it. But I have documentation of a loan agreement that I'm allowed to be in this car. I have the window sticker, the insurance and registration, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And at this point, I think they realize I'm not a car thief. I'm not about to shoot at them. And I still have no clue. And they clearly know I have no idea why I'm standing here. And they're like, okay, can you give me all this documentation? I give it to them. At this point, I'm like, okay. They no longer seem like they're on edge. They clearly know I'm not a threat, and they don't seem like a threat. So I was like, why are we here? What are we doing here? And they're like,
good question.
Oh, well, these license plates are stolen, and you were picked up by flock cameras, and we need to figure out the car is stolen too. I'm like, I'm sorry, what'd you just say? Like, this car is on my Range Rover. Like, this is not what? And they're like, yeah, the plates are stolen. We need to run the VIN. And I'm like, okay, sure. And at this point, their look of confusion, my look of confusion, I think everyone realized something's not right, but we really don't know. And they can't let me go because at the moment they think that I have stolen license plates.
Exactly.
Right. They clear the car very quickly. The VIN comes up as clean. It's actually not even registered because it's owned by the company. So it's not even registered because it's not a privately owned car. So that was a whole different thing. But they basically had to call the LA. They said they called the LAPD. Turns out it was the LA Sheriff's Department. Like, the amount of things that I didn't know until like a week afterwards as I got the body cam footage and the police report. I've been investigating this for over a week. Basically, someone lost a license plate, whether it was an agency or Range Rover, it doesn't really matter. Someone lost a license plate in LA during a photo shoot. And the license plate, these manufacturer plates for New Jersey are a weird format. They have 2 big numbers, 2 little numbers, and 3 big letters. So my plate was 34 small 10 DTM. The plate that got lost was 3403 DTM. But the number that got entered in the National Crime Database by the Malibu Lost Hills Sheriff's Department in LA was 34 DTM. It was missing characters.
Oh.
Yeah. And then that goes to the National Crime Database, which is like it's the database that every police officer that reports things into goes into. It's managed by the FBI. It gets sucked in by Flock or any license plate reader system, whether it's, Leonardo or Axon. There's a bunch of them, right? It sucked it in, and then it basically sent an alert out to the entire U.S. looking for 34 DTM New Jersey plates, which there are a lot of. I mean, the police told me there was 4, including me, just roaming Minnesota, and there's over 15 Rovers in the fleet alone for Jaguar Land Rover that have 34 DTM combinations. It was a nightmare. And so then that got flagged to the cops in Minneapolis, where I was. Then they saw the photo, because I actually asked to see the photo, because we reported about Flock a lot. I asked to see the photos. There was 2 photos that got sent to the police from the Flock cameras. One was the whole car going through the green light at the intersection. And then there was a photo that was zoomed in on the plate, which said 3410 DTM. And so they then saw the plate. They confirmed that it said 34 DTM. They really didn't understand, know, or even see the 10 because it's small and it's a weird format. It's not from Minnesota. They ran 34 DTM in the system, and of course, it popped up as stolen. It wasn't. And so then they came, they found the car, whether they ran the plate again and they saw the car, they didn't see the 10, who really knows? And they picked me up, they pinched me, they whatever. And we all decided the car, I got Range Rover on the phone, and Range Rover cleared it up with the cops. But basically, like, don't drive this car in another municipality. If you leave Plymouth, our systems don't talk. This will happen again. They could have guns drawn. And I'm like, this is insane.
I'm just trying to review the car.
Right. So
I'm like, if I go to another city, the police station isn't going to have the same information you have. Like, no, our systems don't talk. I'm like, what year is it?
That's insane.
Yeah. So they're like, we advise you, how far do you live? I'm like, I live very close. So like, we advise you to go park this car since it's getting picked up tomorrow and figure out how it's getting back to Chicago where the fleet is. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, I wouldn't drive this around. Like, they're like, here's a case number. And they can call us and verify the story. But what if they come out with you with guns armed? Or what if they aren't in school? What if they don't listen to your story? And I'm like, this is okay. So then I drove the car, parked it. We swapped the plate for them to drive back to Chicago. They had to freeze the fleet. We had to get it. They had Range Rover to call the police and change in the system. So a human error got
a typo
magnified and exploded across the United States thanks to a network of technology and AI. The AI didn't have guardrails to say, well, that plate actually has 10 on it too. So it should have been looking for 34 DTM and said, well, there's a 10 on that plate, it doesn't match. But it did. The system didn't. And then the police in Plymouth also didn't see it on the photo. They didn't see it on the car. They didn't run the plate properly, because if they'd run 3410 DTM, it wouldn't have come up as stolen.
It does feel like 1995.
But also,
it's a compounding comedy of errors.
The AI camera was just doing what it was told. It was told to look out for.
The camera got bad information, sucked in bad information, and spit out bad information. I mean, look, if you put a bad number into an Excel spreadsheet,
exactly,
it's going to spit out bad data.
Right.
For 100%.
But then again, if we weren't using flock cameras, so flock cameras, if the technology was more enhanced, right, it could have had guardrails in place that said, well, there's 10 on that plate doesn't exact match, and so it wouldn't flag the cops. At the same time, you could say, if we didn't have flock technology or Axon, any of these license plate readers, right, a cop could have pulled me up at a stoplight. They could have ran the plate. They could have missed the 10. They could have done the same thing, but it probably wouldn't have spread like wildfire like it did, right? It just magnified the issue because it spread so quickly because of the technology. So many compounding issues.
It's a really wild story.
Really
I
is.
mean, that you think you wouldn't think like that would be possible today.
But what's funny is the information can get out there that they're searching for that vehicle, but the information can't get out there that they found that vehicle and it's safe when the cops told them don't drive this anywhere.
Well, if you want to read Joel Fetter's review,
I'm sure it's going to be glowing.
It's over at thedrive.com. Could you imagine? Works great.
It became a review on flock cameras,
Yes.
not on the Range Rover.
You know, if you want to see if there are flock cameras near you, you go to deflock.org. That's deflock.
the answer is yes, they're near you.
They are all over. Okay, you can admit it. No one's going to make fun of you. You love me. Yes, say it out loud. I love Kim Komando, and you can get more of me in a few ways. Number one, join a million folks who get my newsletter every single day. It's free. It's called The Current, and just sign up over at getkim.com. It's 5-star rated, by the way. That's getkim.com. And if you have any questions for me, or if you want to share a story that happened in your life, I love that. Just go to komando.com. I know there's so many commandos. Komando, komando.com. And then there's a big button on the top right. It says Ask Kim. I know. Funny how some things work in tech. Fill out that form, and I read every single note that you send me.